Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to send salutations to all the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, exalting the name of Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. Alright, this lesson is going to be about this picture here that you see on the screen of this individual who's walking in between fire and water. And you see a deep water to the left, and you see burning hot fire to the right. And this scripture, or this picture, is based off of a scripture in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter. Okay? And it's basically depicting the danger that we have to go through in this faith, all right? Because we are walking as sheep amongst wolves. You know, the scriptures say that, all right? Because we are, all right? We're walking as sheep amongst wolves, and we're in danger. And the Lord basically warning us that you know, if we follow Him, you know, there is going to be repercussions, all right, for many of us. It tells you in the book of Revelations that some of us will be thrown into prison. Salakia. You know, some of us will be thrown into prison houses and persecuted and tried of our faith. So you know, like we're in a spot where we just have to understand that what comes with you know, this walk is it's basically pain, you know, and suffering, and it's not easy. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy balancing your your everyday life and this truth. And you know, some brothers got the hang of it. You know, but some brothers, man, it's, you know, the world is a burden. You know, you wish you could just pick up and just go teach and that be it. But, you know, we got to work, and, you know, brothers have families, got families, started families. You know, I mean, it is what it is. And it ain't even nothing. It ain't nothing too big for any of the prophets. You know, we complain about things, but we can overcome. You know what I mean? We can overcome it. We just gotta just fight through it. You know, all the brothers got their own personal dealings with this world and personal demons. You know, but we can overcome that. You know, we're not complaining as far as like wanting to leave the faith. It's just that, you know, on your journey, it's going to be stumbling blocks, and you know, that's your experience. And someone after you is going to be going through the same thing, and you got to help him or her. You know, that's the beautiful thing about experience, is that you get it, you overcome, and then somebody else will be going through the same thing, and then you can put them on game on how to overcome that. You know, you can say, man, I went through the same thing, and let me tell you what I did. You know, and that's how that goes. But we're walking in danger because the enemy knows who we are, where we live, what you know, what we eat, and where we hang out, our family members, where we work. You know, it is what it is. We know what we're up against. All right. The scriptures talk about examine yourself. All right, whether you be in the faith. Let me see. You know what? Let me get it over here. Second Corinthians 13:5. It says, examine yourself whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not yourselves how that Yahushua Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. All right, so you gotta trust in the Lord and have faith, man. But you know yourself. Know ye not yourself. You know your weaknesses and your strengths. The scriptures tell you also to put off the old man. All right, put off that weak nature. All right, so you know what you have to do, and you know your demons, you know your weaknesses, fight them off, and kill them off. All right, and don't be a reprobate. And you look up the word examine. For examine yourself is to try whether a thing can be done, to attempt, to endeavor. All right, to try, make trial, test, for the purpose of ascertaining his iniquity, or what he thinks, or how he will behave himself in good sense. All right, to try or test one's faith and character. All right, so it's you got to test yourself. All right, in this faith. Basically, it's like you got to check yourself. All right, you got to check yourself and examine yourself. All right, you don't want to be a reprobate. You look at reprobate, what it means is it's not standing the test, not approved. All right, so you're not approved. All right, so when you examine yourself, you're checking yourself to see if you're approved. And if you're not, you become a reprobate, someone that's not approved, and someone that did not stand the test. All right, because the brother Yawana, he always says everything's a test, and you always gotta look at that, like in like certain like situations that you'll be in, how you interact with people. How some people may rub you the wrong way. People will test your patience and your spirit, man. All right. But you got to know how to maneuver and how to handle your spirit in the correct manner. All right. So second address 7-7, and this is based off of the photo that we showed earlier. Second address 7-7. It says the interest thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that but one man can go at once. All right, because you're really on your own in this journey, even though we have the brotherhood, but you're really on your own. All right, because it's all about what you do away from the brothers. All right, the scriptures talk about how Paul said, how much more in my absence. So it's really about what you do when you're not around the brothers or the elders. All right, how do you behave? Do you behave like a man of the Lord, or a man that's not going to stand the test of time? All right. It says, if this city were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So you got to pass through that 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 fire and that water. You gotta risk it to get salvation. All right, you gotta risk it all. All right, because that's what we're doing. Like Elder Malcolm says, to those that are risking their lives and freedom to do so, because that's what we really are doing. All right, we're risking our lives and freedom. All right, so it is what it is. All right, so we got to go through that path alone. All right, that path is fit for us. It's our lot. All right, our lot is different. My lot may be different from another brother. It's just the way the Lord programmed it. Now, some brothers are stronger in certain areas and another brother is not. It's just the way it is. Psalms 23:4, it says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou hast prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over." All right. "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever." All right. So this rod and this staff, this word, it's basically this word. It's something to keep us upright and support us. All right. So we are walking through the valley of the shadow of death. We are around death all the time, because these people are spiritually dead. All right. The scriptures talk about the congregation of the dead. A man that wandereth out, will remain in the congregation of the dead. All right. So with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.